Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today, I'll be bringing back to the show these milky pink and orange glitter dice that were made for me by Mercenary Otter Dice. Let's hope they're lucky today. Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 5, potato bread. Potato bread for the second episode in a row. And though I love it soft, I think this time we're gonna toast it, because last time didn't work out so well.
I think I like the toasted version better.
Next up, let's roll for our main. 7, Lomo. Lomo Iberico is cured pork loin from Spain. It has a rich flavor, but I'd say it's a little less intense than jamon. It's more commonly eaten as charcuterie, paired with honeydew melon or red wine, or just by itself, but today we're gonna put it on a sandwich. It has a rich flavor, but I'd say it's a little less intense than jamon. It's more commonly eaten as charcuterie, paired with honeydew melon or red wine, or just by itself, but today we're gonna put it on a sandwich. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 5, ricotta salata. We've been making our way through this block of ricotta salata on the show. Ricotta salata is ricotta cheese compressed into a brick and aged. Because of this, it's a very low moisture cheese. Pairing it with a cured meat that has also had a lot of the moisture aged out of it is a little bit concerning. Hopefully we get a nice sauce or something to balance that out.
What's up, Egg?
Next up, let's roll for roughage. 5, watercress, and 11, none. Watercress has a nice piquant flavor, just the babiest of spice, kind of like radishes. Let's get wild with our wild magic. 7, saltines. Well, this is
dude, you can't get anything right. I swear to God, I haven't seen a good sandwich in a while.
Kind of the opposite.
There's always
of the
something
bad
wrong.
roll, in that I am adding the exact opposite of water.
mercadofamous.com.
I will take a look.
Saltines, solidified dryness. It'll add a nice crunch, but of all the sandwiches to add it to, I'm worried now. I'm definitely worried about the dryness of this one.
We need a big sauce roll.
All right, and last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 11, Tapatio. Tapatio is a hot sauce from California that was originally created by Mexican immigrants. It's a little bit spicier than sriracha, so not too crazy, but it's tasty stuff and should go well flavor-wise here. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
I mean, it's fine. It's not like
get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half.
Heavy for this.
And let's take a look at that cross-section. It doesn't look bad. Well, I don't know if that small amount of hot sauce is going to provide us with the relief we need for all these dry ingredients. Let's give it a taste.
No way.
Well, slap my butt and call me Muad'Dib. That sandwich is drier than a sandworm's backside. Flavor-wise, it's pretty good, but it immediately draws all of the moisture out of your mouth. It's like doing the saltine challenge, but a sandwich. With some juicier roughage, like pickles or tomatoes, it might have been okay. Or a sauce like mayo to give it some lubrication. We even toasted the bread on this one, which was probably a mistake. Yep. Ironically, the roughage we did get has water in the name.
I see why it doesn't always
help.
Toast
like I said,
the bread,
taste-wise, nothing inherently bad about this one. But if you're going to indulge, make sure you have water.
3.8.
I think I'm going to have to give this one a 6.9. And I'm going to call it the Arrakis. I'm in Indianapolis tomorrow for the grand opening of Elf and Moon Game
I guess he doesn't mind
Come on
when
by
it's...
and say hi, catch a live roll for sandwich, and some live D&D. For everyone else, have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday.
I guess he doesn't mind when it's dry as the Sahara, dude. Like, I thought for sure that means it was going to be a
Good
lower
afternoon,
ranking.
D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these blue, pink, and gold dragon scale dice that were sent in by a viewer. Thanks. Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 4, tomato basil wrap. It's been a while since we've made a wrap or used a tortilla.
I'm not a big wrap guy. I don't understand the hype.
Yeah, on the show. Some people take quite an issue with that, but I still think wraps fall under the purview of roll for sandwich. Next up, let's roll for our main.
I never go out of my way to get a wrap.
9, garlic summer sausage.
Ooh.
All right, this time we're going to remove the sausage casing before slicing. That's definitely the easier way to do it. Yep. And I think since we'll be putting it in a wrap, I'll cut it into strips afterwards.
That's what I said.
So that way it'll be easier to roll up the wrap. Not a bad start for a Monday. All right, let's roll for cheese. 3, provolone. Provolone is a decent choice for this. The smokiness should go well with the summer sausage.
Provolone's
I
not
am going
bad.
to rip
It's
the
not my
slices
first
in
choice,
half
but it's
because,
not bad.
again, I think that'll make rolling up the wrap easier. 3 rolls down, 3 to go. Let's roll for our roughage. 5 watercress and 6 green pepper. I'm glad we ended up with some kind of leafy roughage on this one. I think that's pretty essential for a good wrap. Green pepper was another good roll. I'm a big fan of always including something crunchy inside of a wrap. There's something about the contrast of the soft tortilla on the outside and the crunch inside that I just really enjoy.
Peppers and a
the
sandwich
slightly
type
bitter
of
pepper
guy,
with
but
the
I mean, it's
piquant
not
watercress
bad.
should be a good combination.
Not
All right,
bad.
it's time to get wild with our wild magic roll. 13 tortilla strips. Well, if the green pepper didn't do it, these surely will give us a nice crunch. We're also putting tortilla in our tortilla, which there's nothing wrong with. It's just kind of funny. And last but not least is the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 15 pizza hot sauce ranch. Every wrap needs to be finished off with a good sauce, and I think that this is a pretty good match for this one. Just a little spicy with a nice creamy ranch base and a nice flavor of crushed red pepper. Now comes the all-important task of rolling up our wrap. I feel pretty good about this one as far as the interior components go, so hopefully it holds together. Let's go ahead and get our toothpicks in here to help hold it together.
There's a lot of strips
and
though,
let's cut it in half. And let's take a look at that cross-section. That looks pretty dang good.
Yeah, it actually doesn't look bad at all.
I had an amazing time in Indianapolis this past weekend, but lost my voice a little bit.
Do you see what I'm talking about when I don't like wraps? Look at half. This is all veggie bite, and then this is going to be all meat and cheese bite.
You can probably tell. Let's give our Monday wrap a taste. Yeah, this is pretty nice. I'm a sucker for tortilla strips in a wrap or burrito or soft taco. Some of my favorite items at Taco Bell have those. The summer sausage is good. It's probably not the absolute best filling for a wrap, but all the flavors are here. Yeah, I'm digging this. And the pizza ranch hot sauce, perfect. Not too spicy with a good amount of creaminess, really makes the wrap work. All in all, not too shabby, especially for a Monday. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9.6. And I'm going to call it the Crunch Wrap Sublime.
I was thinking
Thanks
maybe
everybody
like
for hanging out and for everyone who came down to
or
Elfin Moon in
8.9
Indianapolis this weekend.
But damn,
it was a blast
9.6,
meeting you. Have a great day. I'll see you Wednesday.
That's pretty good. Wraps goes crazy though. I don't have a problem with wraps. I think they're good. I never prefer them. Like, I never go out of my way to get a wrap.
To Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by Dietz & Watson.
At least two more?
All of today's meats and cheeses to see what kind of sandwich the dice will come up with today.
Fine. That's
Let's kick things off with our roll for bread. 5, rye. If there was any bread in the running to compete with my love for sourdough, it would be rye bread. And according to the statistics of Roll for Sandwich, it's the highest rated bread on the show so far. Next up, let's roll for our main.
That's pretty
9, mortadella. Mortadella is basically bologna's cooler older brother. While bologna often contains beef and pork, mortadella is solely pork and dotted with bits of cubed pork fat and sometimes pistachios. It has a richer and smokier flavor than bologna and should make for a good main today.
I know
Next up, let's roll for cheese. 5, Peppadew cheddar. Peppadew is the brand name for a cultivar of sweet pecan peppers that are grown in South Africa. They are very mild, reaching only just above 1,000 on the Scoville scale. This rich, creamy cheddar incorporates those peppers, and it's quite delicious.
I'm not like a pepper jack
I had this cheese on the show previously when Dietz & Watson sponsored me in the past, and it's probably one of my favorite cheeses that they make. The creaminess of this cheese will be a nice complement to the mortadella, and the slight heat and acid from the peppers will do a lot to cut through the fat.
Watson brand.
Let's roll for our roughage. 7 dates and 10 sour garlic pickles. I picked up this package of dates, and at first I wondered why the Best Buy date was maxed out at $99.9999, but then I realized the package is full of dates. Dates are the fruit of the date palm tree and are extremely sweet, being about 70% sugar. While fresh dates are hard, crunchy, and chalky, when allowed to age, they become soft and chewy. Each date has a pit, which I am removing before slicing the date and getting it on the sandwich. Like I said, dates are very sweet.
That was so bad, but also so good.
Possibility that this will be okay, but we'll find out. Next, we have our sour garlic pickles, also from Dietz & Watson. These are fantastic pickles. They're like my favorite. They have a great flavor and a great crunch, and I'm not just saying that because they sponsored the show. Gonna get this bad boy sliced up and put on here. I think it'd go great with the mortadella and cheese on their own.
Am I crazy for thinking those pickles don't look that good?
It's time to get wild with the wild magic. 7, popcorn salt.
Then again, I don't really like pickles.
This is a fine-grained, butter-flavored salt colored yellow with turmeric and annatto. Do we need more salt with pickles and mortadella? Probably not, but that's what the dice have decreed. Could be a lot worse, so I'll take it. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go.
I saw some TikTok that, like, if you want movie theater style popcorn, there's like some special seasoning that you need to buy that apparently is like most people don't know about it. And you mix it in like when you first make the popcorn, and it makes it taste completely different. And it's why like movie theater popcorn tastes so good compared to like at home.
Here we go.
I forget what it's called.
Crema de ají. Our Peruvian yellow chili sauce is back for the 3rd time in recent memory. It's got a nice creamy consistency.
This looks good.
And just
I got it. You know what? I gotta do it, Chad. I gotta try it. I gotta try.
Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's cut it in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. It looks okay. Well, really the only thing that's given me pause this time are the dates. But on paper, we've got kind of a little bit of every flavor. Let's give it a taste and find out. This is very interesting. The dates are chewy, but not necessarily in a bad way. The pickles, peppadew cheddar, and mortadella are a great match. And I think the crema de ají works really well here. I'm about 50-50 on the dates. I did put 2 whole dates on the sandwich, and I think maybe I should have only put 1. I underestimated just how sweet they can be. With a little less on there, I could see it working better. But as is, I'm gonna have to give this an 8.7, and I'm gonna call it
a
date
higher
with
than I thought.
fate. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again on Friday.
Okay, last one, and then we go play Elden Ring.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these purple glitter dice that were given to me by a viewer at my recent appearance in Indianapolis. Thanks. Let's get it started with our roll for bread. 5 rye. 2 slices of fresh seeded Jewish rye bread ready to go. Personally, I like the caraway seeds, but if you don't, I get it. Next up, we're rolling for Maine. 6 bologna. That's funny, Wednesday we had the fancy version of bologna in mortadella. Now we just have the bologna version of bologna.
Bologna version of bologna is the best bologna.
Next up, let's roll for cheese. 2 spray cheese.
Ew. Why is this on here?
Now we have the bologna version of cheese. This spray cheese in a can is more of a snack to be eaten on things like crackers.
Oh my god!
We're gonna use it for
literally
our
like cancer in a can,
really did not want to stick
dude.
to the bologna. Let's roll for some roughage. 5 artichoke hearts and 9 cumin lime pickles. Artichoke hearts are such a fancy vegetable to be adding to bologna and spray cheese. Not sure how the flavors will mesh there. I guess we'll find out. Last time we got these pickles, a lot of you thought I said human lime pickles. No. I have eaten and will eat weird things on Roll for Sandwich, but cannibalism is not happening. Let's move on to the wild magic. 14, St. Elmo seasoning. St. Elmo Steakhouse is a well-known steakhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana that's over 100 years old. I picked up some of their steak seasoning while I was there, and
my
looks
deli
like we rolled it already.
You know?
Though this would usually be applied to finer cuts of meat, I don't see it hurting this. All right, and last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go.
It's gonna
19, fire-roasted jalapeno. This smoky and spicy jalapeno hot sauce from Melinda's is great.
And started over. No one would have
without being too crazy spicy. I'm not sure how these flavors are all going to come together, but it doesn't seem too terrible on paper.
Worse, though.
Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half.
This is probably going to be like a solid.
And let's take a look at that cross section. All right. We've had a bit of a banner week this week on Roll for Sandwich. Good sandwiches both days. Not sure this will hold up quite as well, but I guess we'll find out. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, not the best combination.
Oh.
The artichoke and the
maybe like a 6.4
don't really go together, in my opinion. And though I've had spray cheese on sandwiches before and it's been okay, it's not really working here. That jalapeno hot sauce is pretty great on most things, but here I think it's just kind of making things a little too vinegary. I don't know, we're just lacking a lot of synergy. Unfortunately, going out on a bit of a flat note at the end of the week, I'm gonna give this one a 5.2, and I'm gonna call it the Cheese Wizard's Curse.
That's even lower than I thought.
Next week, Wednesday, I'll be in Chicago, Illinois. I'll be doing a live roll for sandwich at Revel.
Oh, well, this is in the past now, but damn, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a little bit higher than that, even though the spray cheese was kind of disgusting.